Hey everyone, and welcome back to Hive Live. We're introducing something brand new today, something we've spent years building, testing, and refining based on our expertise. It's called Derive, and it's going to change the way that you think about cyber risk. Let's go. I'm Alex Nette, and today's episode is a little different, but very exciting. If you're not already following us, what are you waiting for? We're sharing practical cybersecurity insights daily across all major social media platforms under @Hive Systems. So go give us a follow and stay in the loop. Let's start with the core problem. Cyber teams are overwhelmed. GRC tools check boxes, and most cybersecurity tools scream out alerts. But nobody's telling you what actually reduces risk, where to focus, or how to prove your impact to your leadership. Too many GRC products on the market are C first for compliance and not R first for risk. We've lived that pain ourselves, and so have most of the teams that we've worked with. So we decided to build something different, not another compliance tracker, not a prettier dashboard, a true decision platform. Ultimately, cyber risk management is broken. 10 of the top 25 of the largest data breaches of all time have happened in just the past 5 years. Huge cyber regulations like DORA and NIS2 in the EU, and even the SEC ruling here in the United States, have all driven a higher ownership of cybersecurity risk for businesses and their leaders. As I talked about alert fatigue earlier, 54% of companies and employees are ignoring cyber alerts just due to information overload. That means that no one definitively at any moment knows what actually matters. What reduces risk? What do I need to put my attention on today? And what actually proves the value of our cybersecurity team to our leadership? The worst part is that it's become a game and a guessing game for how we present and manage cybersecurity risk, and the stakes have never been higher, especially given the surge in cybersecurity incidents. That's a huge problem for companies. We didn't build Derive to supplement GRC tools and processes. We built it to replace it with something better: real-time updates, quantified risk modeling, and prioritize actions that actually make a difference on the cybersecurity risk posture of your company. We built Derive for teams who already know what needs fixing, but are tired of doing it for the wrong reasons. So what is Derive? It's a cybersecurity risk and operations platform made up of 3 integrated modules: risk, governance, and operations. Let me break each of these down quickly. Risk helps you model risk scenarios in financial terms. Governance centralizes your controls, owners, and evidence and creates accountability. And our operations module is where the actual cyber work happens. Activities from user access reviews to AI risk assessments. These modules aren't siloed. They're designed to work together. So when a control fails or a task is overdue, your risk posture updates immediately. This is the foundation for a smarter, more adaptive approach to cyber risk. Let me show you what Derive looks like in action. Our platform is managed in 3 different modules, as I talked about before: our risk module, our governance module, and our operations module. Each of them is interconnected with multiple parts to them. For example, within every single model in the risk module, you're able to track things like valuables, surfaces, business benefits from risk assessments, things like threats, ultimately how we ultimately get hacked from a cybersecurity perspective, controls to control that risk, how those controls map to threats, and opportunities that exist to analyze and assess how different types of controls could reduce our risk, maybe based on budget or investment. Finally, we're able to quantify all of that information and give detailed reporting that gives strategic, monetary-driven advice to both you and your leadership about how to manage cybersecurity risk. Our governance module focuses on controls management, things like risk exceptions and tracking all of those exceptions, whether generated from our operations tab or out of band from elsewhere. It's a unified tool to track all of your information, driving accountability, ownership, and ultimately an understanding of your risk governance posture. For those of you working in compliance, you can track items like accountability, control evidence, and business processes so that you can make sure that your next audit goes smoothly. Finally, in the operations tab, you can track how your cybersecurity operations team is working, tracking items like third-party risk assessments, AI risk assessments, user access reviews, business continuity, disaster recovery, and incident response planning, and even being able to keep it all on an organized calendar to know when and where your team needs to reduce risk next. We built this so teams can move from here's a spreadsheet and here's a SharePoint site to here's a system that helps us act. Now, let's talk about what makes Derive tick. At the heart of Derive are three different sources of data that update your risk in real time. The first is our outside in, which we call our peer risk benchmarks. This is the most comprehensive data set of real cyber losses available on the market. So if you've ever wondered how much could ransomware or an AI hack really cost our company, we have that data. We also look at data coming from inside Derive to update your risk posture. So everything your team completes in our app using our built-in workflows, assessments, and evidence uploads can all be tracked and update your risk posture in real time. And finally, from inside your IT stack, looking at things like your scanners, your firewalls, and your training software. All of those integrations are going to be rolling out in our latest release of Derive really soon. As a result, that means that every time something changes, a new incident in our benchmarks, a missed review, or a completed incident response tabletop exercise, Derive remodels that risk and reprioritizes your roadmap. So you're always working on what matters the most right now. Let's start with the risk module. This is where you model scenarios, estimate potential losses, and test the impact of different control plans, all built around this concept that this module influences and is updated by the other modules. So within the risk module here, you're able to build multiple individual risk models. So if you want to assess risk for each department within your company or business unit, you can. All of that information can get aggregated under our portfolio risk tab, which takes all of that information and creates a model of models. This is immensely powerful so that you can get down to a level of granularity that's commensurate with the risk for your business. So while you may just have one risk model, if you're a smaller company, as a larger organization, you may want to assess the risk of multiple parts or teams within the company. Each model then is equipped with a number of different inputs. Things like our risk model diagrammer that helps you understand and address how we look at the different views and data for how it flows within your organization. All of that information that we put in below is actually reflected here so that you can rearrange it. You can also start your risk modeling process by just drawing a diagram and have all of that information auto-populate below. We also offer a journal to be able to track different outstanding activities. Are there issues or things that you need to follow up on or different teams that you need to help with? All of this is powered by our social commentary and notification system as well, so that you can tag users for following up, addressing issues, and holding your team accountable to make sure that your risks are always quantified. Available too, looking at different variables and surfaces for the type of data and information. And of course, it can go at whatever level of granularity we want. Our threats are our individual scenarios that we want to keep an eye on. And of course, if you're having trouble thinking of all the types of threats, our awesome Generate Scenarios tab can create all of the permutations that exist across the board so that you can assess every kind of risk. Finally, within our controls, we have the ability to track all kinds of information like owners, evidence. We also assess how well that control is functioning, looking at things like the control type. Is it detective, preventive, reactive? What type of maturity is that? Or how rolled out is it across the organization? All of that information influences how well that actually mitigates the threats that it's mapped to. Even better, we're able to track costs for those controls so that you can keep an eye on your budget, both one-time costs and recurring costs. All of that is factored into the risk model so that you understand your losses even based on your costs. Within our mapping tab, you have the ability to track which of our threats map against which controls. So since every control type can't mitigate every type of threat, for example, having good locks on your doors at your office building doesn't help mitigate ransomware, you can track that in here. Even better, we'll give you recommendations for how those controls might map to those threats to make it easy for you. Our paths are immensely powerful to be able to understand how different types of controls could influence your risk. So if you're in budget season and trying to vie for which controls may actually give you the best benefit, you can map that all in here. And you can show that if you come back the following year and ask for another $1 million added to your budget, you can show how that may have an impact or return on security investment. All of our paths always include our peer risk benchmarks, so that you always know where your peers are sitting in the industry. Is your company sitting at or below where your peers are? Or is your investment for your upcoming budget enough to put you above your peers? Finally, in our quantify section, we have the ability to really get into the data and understand how it's working. So we can look at things like loss magnitude based on our peer risk benchmarks data, which always autofills, but you can always come in and adjust this accordingly. We also have the ability to look at our loss event frequency. So how often do we think this is going to happen? All of that data then gets compounded and calculated and brought out into this main dashboard, which starts to give us a ton of data, looking at how our peers are doing over a 10-year period, or our basic controls, or if we could get advanced controls, or if we had no controls, where does that sit us for our organization? We also give all this data as huge outputs within a table. And of course, you can export all of this data. Even better, you can add comments for notes. Just remember what you did and why you accepted the risk a certain way. All of that information ultimately means that every estimate is backed by real world data and every decision is quantified in dollars. This is what real cyber risk prioritization looks like, not gut feels and not what you heard at a conference, but real data. Next up is governance. This is where you assign control owners, track effectiveness, and store operational evidence. It's mapped to frameworks like NIST, CIS Top 18, and MITRE, but most importantly, it updates dynamically as work gets done or neglected. Within governance, we have the ability to track all kinds of information. Within controls themselves, we can track names, descriptions, owners, evidence repositories, and as we noted earlier, tracking the maturity of that. We can also look at when that control was active, if it was retired, and even if it was superseded by another control so that you can make sure that risk is always mitigated efficiently. As I noted too earlier, tracking costs and recurring costs to make sure that you understand all of your expenses. One of the most powerful things is oftentimes we will have consultants come in to help us map to different cybersecurity frameworks. You can tag those frameworks within our governance tab and even within our risk modules so that you always understand how your central control catalog here maps to different compliance efforts. Our risk exceptions tab is immensely powerful as well. Again, it notes specific risk exceptions that are generated from our operations tab for all of the built-in workflows that we have, but you're also able to manually add and track them. Again, it takes advantage of all our social features to track people, accountability, and send reminders so that no exception ever gets left in the dust. This is a great place to make sure that all that information gets centralized and, of course, tied to the risk that we noted earlier in the risk module. Our other reporting dashboards in here also track lots of things like all of the valuables that aggregated, surfaces, any of the scenarios and control mappings that have happened. In addition, business processes that get tracked oftentimes as part of compliance exercises like DORA are also noted here. We can track people, criteria, evidence, and even control dependencies as they exist across the board. So on its whole, the governance tab acts like your central GRC tool, but much more powerful as it's again directly tied back to your operations tab and your risk tab. This isn't a spreadsheet with checkboxes or a SharePoint site with folders and evidence. It's a living governance system that's tied directly to risk outcomes. And finally, my favorite module, the operations module. This is where you run all kinds of workflows. Some of us call it the boring stuff of cybersecurity, but it's the parts that matter. Things like user access reviews, third-party reviews, completing even AI risk assessments for those of you in the space that are now adventuring into AI, and even creating updated incident response plans and documentation. All of this information is centralized and aggregated in one place that ultimately helps run your cybersecurity team. So within here, you notice we have the cybersecurity operations calendar, keeping you on track to make sure that you don't miss a single deadline. And of course, if you do, that creates risk that's reflected back on our governance tab and tracked back on our risk tab. All of this is tracked within different views here for a Gantt chart or a Kanban, depending on how you like to track it, and keeps everybody accountable throughout the calendar year. Our different workflows and modules, like our third-party risk management, help track all of the tasks, both for conducting those regular reviews of your third-party risk management activities, but also any action items that may come after that. So for example, we may say on an annual basis, we want to assess our most critical third parties, maybe in this case, Amazon and Google. As a result, we'll want to make sure that one, we conduct that on time, but two, we want to follow up with any specific actions that we've set within our policies and procedures. So for example, one of our action items might be to review the SOC 2. So it's a twofold, both conducting the actual review and making sure that we go review that SOC 2 and get a copy of it. All of those actions are tracked here within the operations module to make sure that you get all of your tasks completed on a regular and timely basis. Also down within here, we track things like AI risk assessments, user access reviews, and even tracking all of our different exercises and documentation updates that occur around business continuity, disaster recovery, and incident response plans. Finally, our routine risk assessment tab tracks how often you're doing maybe your annual risk assessments. As a result, you can come in and add those assessments, both leveraging outside sources. So if you use a third-party tool already for your risk assessments, or even better, leveraging your risk assessment that you've already built within Derive. This helps shows audit evidence and make sure that you meet your compliance requirements for things like DORA and SOC 2. Finally, we have all kinds of settings that allow you to map individual operations activities back to controls. These are the mappings that make the most powerful part of the operations tab, where when there's a deficiency on our operations tab, for example, if we miss a third-party risk review, that means that that control ultimately isn't operating as effectively as we thought it did. As a result, that opens up risk. So, for example, if your team is maybe understaffed and falling behind on third-party risk, as a result, that means that you've actually failed that control. That control is no longer operating as effectively as you said it was. As a result, that opens up risk. So you may log into Derive one day and go, whoa, why did we have $500,000 in risk open up? And realize it's because you haven't done any third-party risk assessments in over a year. That's a huge problem. And as a result, you can actually quantify the impact of being understaffed. Before, you may have said we have a backlog of 10 different third-party risk assessments, but that may be not be enough for leadership to invest in headcount for you. By having quantified dollars, you can come back with real data and say, this is the impact of us being understaffed. And as a result, we need some help, whether outsourced third-party or headcount. So within the operations tab here, these aren't just forms. Each workflow ties directly into the controls and scenarios you've defined. So your effort has measurable impact, both good and bad. And let's be real, there are a lot of different tools out there. But here's what makes Derive different. Quantified risk modeling is at the core, not bolted on like some of our competitors. Our peer risk benchmarks are unmatched in terms of the level of data and granularity that you can get about how much an actual incident type might impact your company. Workflows are built in. You don't have to toggle between tools or get add-ons. All three modules are included in our base pricing. And risk updates happen in real time. So as your team meets or misses those activities, ultimately it gets updated within your risk. And it's all powered by a patent pending methodology from our team. We're focused on helping make sure that this becomes the future of cybersecurity and cyber risk decision making. We're not just helping you track risk, we're helping you control it and prove your impact with evidence and financial clarity. Derive is built for teams doing the work. Cyber risk analysts, GRC leaders, and cybersecurity operations teams. This isn't built for execs and board members, not startups, but the people who need to make real decisions with limited time and budget, and show all of it in easy one-click reporting for those teams. So if you're wrestling with vendor assessments or prepping for compliance objectives like DORA, or even figuring out what tools are worth renewing, Derive is here to help. As I noted earlier, we connect your stack and your teams to your cybersecurity strategy, and we give you the evidence you need to make your case, both to your leadership and your compliance efforts. The best part, getting started is super easy. Just visit us at www.deriverisk.com. Check out some of our great resources or use cases about how Derive can help your team accelerate its cybersecurity investments and strategy. You can also request a full walkthrough from our team, or just reach out directly to me, either here through the website or even on LinkedIn. I'm happy to show you more. That's it for today's episode. Thanks for joining us for the first official look at Derive, the platform we built to bring clarity, confidence, and accountability to cybersecurity risks. If you're ready to stop reacting and start leading, this is your moment. And don't forget to subscribe here on YouTube, and then check out all our past episodes at www.hivesystems.com/HiveLive. And hey, if you learned something new, share it with someone on your team. You'll look smart and help them make better decisions too. And if you want more information about Derive, you can visit us online at www.deriverisk.com. Until next time, remember, when it comes to cybersecurity, you need to act and not react. Thank you.